Two cases are called 40991 and 40992. This is 22 prefix on each of these. The state of Texas versus Jeremy Isaac. That's you.
Yes, sir.
Present with Mr. Adams, your attorney and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive formal readings of these indictments and the arraignments here? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These are both state jail felonies. In summary, each of these similarly state that in 40991 on or about May 2nd, 2019, and in 40992 on or about May 20th, 2019. Both stating in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felonies of burglaries of buildings. Do you understand what you are charged with in these cases?
Yes, sir.
Look at some.
On each of these indictments, Judge, you'll need to do two additional paragraphs because we're pleading as a third-degree punishment.
Do they need to be in sequence?
Yes, sir.
No. They're all state jails. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, let me confirm to make sure. If you do counts 2 and 3, they are the same in both indictments, Judge.
All right. And for state jail felonies, Mr. Isaac, if convicted, you are looking at no less than 180 days, no more than 2 years confinement in prison, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because of your prior convictions, though, the punishment range can be enhanceable. And paragraphs 3 and 4, is that right? Or 2 and 3?
I said 2 and 3, Judge. But
The possession of that's this possession of control. So 7, and then 3 is burglary of a state. No, theft. I'm sorry. Possession of a controlled substance. And then number 2 is theft, 2015. Good. Paragraphs 2 and 3 similarly state in each case that you have prior convictions. In paragraph 2, in each case, you were convicted on September 17th, 2007 in cause number 7-1484 in the 252nd District Court of Jefferson County, Texas, for the felony state jail of illegal possession of a controlled substance. And in paragraph 3, it similarly states that you were finally convicted in each case. States in paragraph 3 that you were finally convicted on June 8th, 2015 in the 252nd District Court of Jefferson County, Texas in cause number 15-21882 for the state jail felony of theft. Do you understand paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 constitute a state jail felony, but it is punished as though it were a third-degree felony? If all of this was true, do you understand?
yes, sir.
So therefore, you're looking at no less than 2 nor more than 10 years confinement in prison and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This isn't going to be an easy one here.
Hey, excuse me, Judge Stevens.
Yeah.
I seen you in 2022, and you gave me 7 years for felony theft. And from my understanding, you told me any cases after I signed for the felonies that I was accused of, they would be ran CC with my time, because I'm on bench warrant right now. I'm on bench warrant right now from Styles, and I haven't been out since 2022. But I just made parole, and as soon as I made parole, the DA picked up 2 cases from 2022,
Okay.
and I've been locked up since 2022. It's like 4 years ago.
Okay.
I put the plea work there with my
Should I get all that back time? Because that's not my fault.
Yeah, it's not and it's not mine either.
Yes, sir.
The time credit is always the responsibility of the executive branch of government, not the court. The court makes its findings and sentencings, and if I run things concurrent, they run concurrent.
Yes, sir.
It's not for me to fix that because I lose jurisdiction of the case. But you don't get for the rest of your life, I can commit crimes and it all runs concurrently with those early cases. That's not going to work. That's
Yes,
never
sir.
worked.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm not. No judge would say, yeah, whatever is in the future, you don't have to worry about that. Commit crimes, it'll all run concurrently. No, generally, you have to be held responsible for each crime. You take each group together at the same, when we're in court, if it's packaged in the same proceeding, then if it's going to run concurrent, it will run concurrent. And if it doesn't, you have a legal remedy to handle that. And it's not through me because I lose jurisdiction of it when it's final. It goes through the executive branch and then the attorney files some kind of a proceeding stating, asking a court to mandamus the sentence. But these new sentences aren't going to run concurrently except with each other. I guess, right? That's what's normally done. But as far as running, I would never say, you're wrong. I would never say, oh, whatever you're going to have, whatever you're going to commit in the future, it'll all run concurrently with this. No, that's not what happens. That would never be. I mean, why would I do that? I mean, if I were a criminal, I'd go, good. I can commit crimes for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be a terrorist, and it'll all run concurrently. That doesn't make any sense. That's not the way the law is. And I wouldn't have said that anyway. But I got a worse problem. This thing ain't working. This pad is not working. I can't. This I don't want this pad. We're spending too much time. See, I just hit the open and it's just sitting there. It's not moving.
Okay, sir.
Give me something else that works. Yeah, we could be here forever. Look, I see. I guess
Back down.
this is what I'm doing. Trying to open the thing. Okay. And nothing. Okay, open. Nothing.
Just give me a second, Judge.
That's been giving us trouble all morning. Langston's fault.
That goes without saying.
Somebody's
Yeah.
knocking.
You doing anything Bob today?
I want to see it last Thursday. They had taken off. I mean,
So it's reset or?
yeah, it's not, I can't even talk with her right now.
Okay, what's our plan on this?
On this case?
Yeah.
This case, 7 years.
Correct.
All right.
All one confirmed.
Is that your understanding, Mr. Isaac? You're going to be pleading guilty to the burglary in each case, and then paragraphs 2 and 3, the prior convictions, and it's a state jail felony. punished as though it were a third degree felony, but it will say state jail on the paperwork. So, you- understanding that punishment range is enhanced because of the prior convictions, the agreement is you would be placed pleading guilty to the state jail felony, punished as though it were a third degree felony, and sentenced to 7 years in prison to run concurrently. Is that your understanding of these agreements?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I follow these agreements, you have no right of appeal of your cases. Do you understand?
You won't have any right to appeal.
Right.
Right.
He's nodding. Yeah. So how do you plead in each of these indictments, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty?
Because I'm guilty.
And voluntarily. Nobody's forcing you, right?
Right.
And these two prior convictions in 2007 and 2015 in paragraphs 2 and 3 in each of these indictments, are those allegations of prior convictions true and correct as they are alleged?
It's true. True.
And are you pleading true and correct to those allegations voluntarily and because those allegations are true?
Yes.
Whenever the pad comes up, I'm going to show you here. Yeah. What's marked as States Exhibit 1. And I'm going to ask you if you sign those documents voluntarily. And are those documents true and correct?
That's
You don't work?
Yeah, it's not working.
Mm.
Unhandled exception is occurring on your application.
You gonna just do it on paper? Do paper? I think we still got the gold paper on. Paper. Scan. Oh.
Look, now, here's what it's doing now. That that's convoluted. I need somebody from MIS down here to
yes.
explain why we can't, if we can't work the pads, we can't do our business. Yeah, this stops everything we're doing.
Back. I don't know how to fix it.
Thank you. It's a new set of pads and it's, it's, um, they're not working, as they should.
let me know about, she has some new charges coming from.
You're talking about Jalen?
Yeah.
Oh,
That right, Jimmy?
what do you want to do today?
Well, when I went out to the jail to visit her on Thursday, what I want to do is just reset it because
For how long?
I think she needs to see Rapon again because they had separated her out of the dorm and her condition is getting worse.
What do we need to do?
I would say let her go back and see Rapon because he had already found her incompetent and we was trying to, get her back. If I had it right, Jimmy, Mr. Ham.
Okay, so she's being found incompetent.
She was.
But she regained competency, and then we released her on
Right.
conditions, and she's accused of having assaulted and threatened the person that was her caregiver.
That was her character. And then when I went to the jail to visit her on Thursday, with today being Monday, they had to take her out. And they said that the state in the court can call the book in and confirm this. And I don't want to misspeak, but to my general understanding of it is that they had to take her out of the dorm because of some issues that she was having mentally. And I wasn't able to visit with her.
So what are you asking?
I would actually send her back to Rapon because, and like I said, if you want to pull out and see, I would suggest send her back to Rapon.
You mean with all my expertise as a psychiatrist?
With all your expertise as a psychologist,
No.
let's see what you.
She got a limited competency return. It resulted in us giving her conditions of release that were approved. We had folks here, and
That's true.
it was very detailed. So,
Well, but I mean, it's either competent or incompetent. You don't get a C plus competent. It's competency or incompetency. That's the test. There's a scientific test for it. And a legal
go
test.
4 weeks and I see if I can figure something out.
It's one or the other. It can't be.
Yes, sir.
I know we call it in borderline, but one day they're not.
she was extended for outpatient commitment. It was considered at that time by the last reports, Judge, that you had, that she was still incompetent to stand trial. She was released to basically at-home commitment because they didn't want to do inpatient commitment anymore. So we did a structured plan under 46B 071 and 072 that resulted in her being released to her grandmother. That grandmother is now the victim of the alleged victim on the new offenses that occurred in June.
So what do we do?
And what I'm saying is it's gotten worse because when I
So what
went
do
to
we do?
jail, that's why I was suggesting that.
Well, how do you undo the assault? I mean, we got to deal with that, right?
Yes, sir. But right now they're misdemeanor offenses that didn't get.
Nonetheless, I mean that.
I'm just informing the court.
Do I need? Well, what direction are we heading in?
I believe that
the community.
Well, since our last report is January 14th of 2025, I'm going to agree with Mr. Adams that we're going to need to have somebody see her again, because I think we're going to need to send her back for inpatient commitment so that we can regain competency and resolve these things.
Dr. Rapon will be ordered to reevaluate her. She is in custody right now.
Right.
Yes, sir. We're all safe for her at the moment.
That will be ordered.
All right. The next one, Judge, is with Mr. Shadran, I believe, and I have that one with Daniel, Mr. Boyd.
What kind of hearing is this?
Well, what happened was we initially had a plea deal, but when you talk with him, he was talking about the FBI and needing to see the FBI, and he wasn't all right. I filed a motion to have him tested, and then I went to go visit him on Thursday too. He still was talking about some FBI stuff I couldn't communicate with, and then I went back today and tried to talk with him again. And I mean, like I said, if you want to see if you can get through him in a way that I can.
You filed a motion for competence?
Yes.
Okay.
Have him tested.
I'll sign it. Your word's good enough for me. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, it's in the file, I guess.
It should be in the file. Mental illness. I think
What's
I followed one if I'm not mistaken.
I don't have one in here.
If you don't, I'll get one to you.
Yeah, like, so if you could just email.
I do it today.
All right. Dale Demond.
He is not
He's
here.
in TDCJ.
He's not here.
Been forwarded to a different county, but he's not here.
Jeremy Isaac.
That's this guy right
That's he's
here.
on the plea right now.
Judge, I got this
Finally.
box to go away if you want to try to finish the plea while we wait on MIF.
Yeah, we doing the plea right now.
What are you going to do with Stotts?
That's another plea ready for you right now.
And
That's it.
I think there's something. See if we can change our time Friday.
okay, this agreement in these two cases, Mr. Isaac, it states that you would be sentenced to 7 years in prison to run. The sentence will run concurrently with 22-40992. And in that case, you will be sentenced to 7 years in prison to run concurrently with 40991. Those two. All cases will run concurrently. With other cases that you have, right?
And TC.
It says all cases will run concurrently with. I can't understand what is this word. What is this word?
Let me see. Uh-oh, let me put my glasses on. Oh, we'll run concurrent with existing TDCJ cases. So he has the existing TDCJ, which is the felony.
Okay, it runs concurrently with all of the cases that have been disposed of.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to follow this agreement, and thus you will have no right of appeal of your cases. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So in each of these cases, again, how do you plead in these indictments for state jail felony of burglary of a building, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty?
Yes.
And paragraphs 2 and 3 in each case, which allege prior state jail felony convictions out of the 252nd District Court of Jefferson County, Texas. Are those true and correct as they are alleged? And are you pleading true and correct to those voluntarily?
Yes.
And this constitutes a state jail felony punished as though it were a third-degree felony.
Yes.
In each of these cases, I show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1. Did you sign those documents voluntarily, understand them,
Yes.
discuss them with your attorney? Are the contents true and correct?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence without objection, admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent. In each of these cases, you are mentally competent to enter your guilty pleas. These are freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictments have been read to you. You've read them. You were guilty of the crimes charged and any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, and cross-examination of witnesses. And again, you have pleaded true to the prior state jail felonies as alleged in paragraphs 2 and 3 on each indictment, and those are true and correct as they are alleged. Thus, you will be sentenced as a state jail felon, punished though as a third-degree felony. I am following this agreement. You have pleaded guilty voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and you understand the agreement. If I follow this, will be 7 years in prison in each case. Is all of that true and correct?
Yes.
Thus, I find you guilty of the state jail felonies in each of these cases. Paragraphs 2 and 3 are proven true beyond a reasonable doubt. Thus, you were punished as a state jail felon, punished as though it were a third-degree felony. I'm following these agreements. You are hereby sentenced in each of these cases to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 7 years in each case to run concurrent. You understand what has happened today, sir?
Yes, sir.
Anything else on this?
That's it.
Thank you. That is all on this one. See, there's a problem that I have, as most left-handers. When I write, I write this kind of, and any pressure I put on these pads, these new pads, they come out as blemishes and marks.
It shouldn't, which tablet are you using?
I gave him one of those over there.
It shouldn't, like if you write your hand, if you write your hand on it, it shouldn't do it.
I'll show you. Well, I'm gonna write normal here. And now this thing is coming up. A block is coming up. Restore, minimize, close.
Tap the pen where it's like in a gray area where there's no document. Yeah,
It's and watch. I'm gonna watch me. Punished as third-degree felony. Okay. Nothing's happening, and this box keeps showing up.
yeah, I think it's your hand maybe hitting.
I know that's what I'm saying. But that's the way I write. I can put something over this, but that's just
No, I'll there's a setting I can change
Hold
on.
on,
I can
hold
change
on.
on that for you.
I can do this. That's a way to do it. It's like the old days when I was in Catholic school. You had that thing that you rested your arm on, but it was a right. We had no left-handed desks. You had to rest your arm, your right arm. There was nothing to rest, so the only way you can rest your hand is to turn clockwise, and it was on the top of the desk, and that's why left-handers write backwards in that generation. The old days. Okay. I think we've taken care of those two. Thank you. That is all.
And Mr. Stotts is the last one.
Victor Stock.
You can sign it up too.